Greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome back. Gonna do some special training against the Elite Four, as we usually do here. Good stuff here. So, a couple things we'll have to discuss about here while we're doing all this battling once more. This week, so I'm recording this on Tuesday. During this week, we've got some things. Good old Summer Games Done Quick, the charity event, is being held during this week. Thunder's still not strong enough to take him down in one go, which is unfortunate, because I really need to take him out in one go, apparently. Just, that would be nice. There we go. But, so I realized this actually, what would be Saturday, a couple days ago. Like, I saw the thing pop up. I was like, oh, I forgot. It's when it's being held, early July. So, it's like, I haven't looked far enough into the schedule to see if this affects, like, for streaming purposes and whatnot. It probably honestly won't. Even right now, I'm recording during games that I don't honestly care about watching, going through a speedrun of and all that. So, it's not too terrible. But it was one of those things where I was like, oh, would have easily missed out on that by pure accident. Oh no. I'll take the burned though. It's a nice touch. Cause this apparently just hurts a lot, even with a burn. And then I got frozen solid, my boy. Oh gosh, and I only have, so I have one full restore. It's not enough. But I also don't want to lose him. If I just hyper potion my way through life, maybe we'll get something done here. On top of all that, just a couple hours ago, before I started recording this session, Nintendo decided to announce their new Switch model, which for all intents and purposes is a slightly upgraded version of the whole thing. It doesn't look like it's actually it actually has a better performance upgrade and whatnot. It's just a slightly better screen. I think I'm just gonna let you faint because I don't want to waste all these. I should just switch you out. I think that's the better way to go about it. Because I'll just keep wasting potions for days trying to let you get burned to death. But it was just one of those things where it's like it's got a slightly better audio in portable mode. The screen is slightly bigger and is better technology, but only in portable mode. The dock itself does have it has a LAN port, so you can directly plug in an Ethernet cable into it, which is actually a very good thing, especially if you play in a competitive setting. So that I approve of. But, other than that, it doesn't seem too much of an upgrade. I'm sure we'll get, like, specifics eventually on it, but I'm like, this is what all the leakers and rumorers were talking about. The Switch Pro at its finest. So, I'm glad they all got worked up over nothing for that. I'm like, that truly warms this man's ice cold heart. Which, to be fair, it was like, no, there's no way that it's going to be a portable 4K typical device. It's just going to be a slightly better version. Turns out it was. We'll see if they do another Switch model after this one, because if they're going like essentially what the 3DS lineup goes, then they'll do, let me figure out full heals here real quickly here. Get him out of that state. They're much better. Much better indeed. But if they follow like the 3DS lineup, you had the regular 3DS, then you had the the 2DS, which was the 3DS without its 3D features. Then you had the 3DS XL, I think. And then after that, the new 3DS, which was actually an upgrade, like as far as hardware was concerned. So, going off of that pattern, it's the next Switch we should be concerned about. But I was already banking on the fact that it wasn't going to be actually impressive. I looked at it and went, no, there's no way that all of a sudden, like, they're going to make a super hyper edition of the Switch. It just did not make sense as far as, like, with all the technology problems we've been having on top of, like, the pandemic that was happening around. Like, it didn't make sense time-wise that they could actually pull it off. But a slightly better version, that was more feasible, since they're not actually replacing most of the technology inside of it. Credit where credit is due, the white version of the Switch looks actually really good. Like, kudos to them for that. I think this new Switch, which I think is actually just basically the regular Switch at this point, they're just gonna call it the Switch. But this Switch, I think, will appeal mostly to people who prefer being in handheld mode most of the time, kind of like the Switch Lite, but still occasionally play on the TV. And I think it'll have a bigger appeal to people who haven't bought a Switch yet, and are like, no, I want the best version of the Switch. And so they'll get that model. Other than that, I don't realistically see a reason why anyone should switch out the regular Switch for this new one. It doesn't... Oops. I actually meant to switch it out. I'm so sorry. Please take them out in one go. Okay. Good. Whew. That was a bit of a scare right there. Did not want to have to do that. Good thing Kadabra was strong enough to do so. Running out of psychics, though, I'll tell you what. It's one psychic I didn't need to lose. Special Fell, always a good sign. I'm gonna go with a Side Beam. Should be just strong enough to do so. There we go. Could lose very easily. Alright. So we don't need Lapras out in front. Starts with I'll go with Snorlax. Let's go with just do Earthquakes for days. I like this strategy. And then we bring out the Kadabra as we need to. There we go. But yeah, so it's cool that they announced a new Switch, quote unquote, around the world's words new and Switch, but I'm more excited to see where they plan to go after the Switch. That's where I'm looking at it, because I'm not looking to replace my Switch. It's done well, still holds up to the test of time, and it does what I need it to do the most, so not really worried about trying to switch it out at this point. Trying to upgrade it. Alright, yeah, I will switch, because Golbat is scary, plus we have a Kadabra to deal with these kind of things. But yep, luckily I still have Summer Games done quick to boost my mood, get me back in the game. Watch some good speed runs. They did so some of the speed runs they've done already, and it started Sunday, like Sunday morning for me. But they did Metroid Prime 2 speed run. I didn't get to watch all of it, sadly, but it was pretty cool to watch some of it, and I'll go back and watch the rest of it, because there was some new tech for me that I wasn't familiar with in speedrunning that game. Going back to the Snorlax. They also had... Oh gosh, what was the other game? I'd have to actually, I think, pull up on my thing. Hard to do when I'm actually using the laptop that's got the schedule set up for that. They did have They had another game I was watching, and I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, at the same time trying to keep track of all this right now. You need to do one or the other. Good job, Snorlax! Woo! Good boy. Oh, they did have a... I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna go back to the Kadabra, actually. They had, actually, Shadow of the Colossus, the PS4 version, and they did it on hard mode. That was fun to watch, to see some of the cool things happening. But I'm like, man, there's some crazy shenanigans happening in that world. So I should have thought about Nightshade, because Nightshade's kind of like Seismic Tusk, where its damage is based on the level of the Pokemon. And as you can see, Gengar's level 60. That's a bit of a worry. I'm gonna go with Dig. Good thing you did Dream Eater first. We wouldn't have liked Confused Ray or Hypnosis. There we go. Backup plans installed. Alright. Not as bad as it could have been. Boop, boop, boop. Alright. Bring out the old revive. So I only lost one Pokemon, which is actually not too bad. I should readjust myself here briefly. Still haven't actually healed the Lapras, but she's only lost like 21 hit points. It's not that bad. There we go. Alright. Switch the Pokemon around, because we're going to need Raichu once more. Alright. So we've done actually fairly well. We did use some of the Hyper Potions, seeing if we could beat out Jinx's burn, but other than that, no real mistakes were made. Go this way. I love that you go all the way this way. It doesn't even turn the characters around. You just face like this. Can't even look me in the eye, can you, Lance? Alright. Gyarados, please. Do I look like a pushover? Why do you think I keep this Raichu around? As long as Thunder doesn't miss, we're usually in good company here. Yes, Raichu's now level 46! Alright, Dragonair. We are going to switch. It's one of the reasons we have a Lapras. One reason, of course, being able to surf on the water. Second reason, because she has Ice Beam and Blizzard. We're hoping Ice Beam does the trick. I want it to knock out at least the Dragonairs in one go. It would be really nice. Ugh, so close. Alright, I'm gonna do just a regular Body Slam. Okay, yeah, he's gonna use a Hyper Potion. I'm okay with that. Perfectly fine with that. Go back to the Ice Beam. It's not gonna help you. Not gonna help you. Boom! Headshot. Alright. Lapras is gaining some experience. Coming out with the other Dragonair. Gonna keep Lapras out. Lapras is actually incredibly strong. We're gonna try a Blizzard, see if that works. See if that's any stronger. Much better. Much better indeed. And an Aerodactyl. We're not gonna change Pokemon. We're gonna actually just try to go... Actually, a Blizzard should actually be super fine. Alright, so a Hyper Beam, that is something to worry about. Ha-ha! Ha-ha! Sir, please. Please. Do I look like a pushover? Alright, this is a problem. Lapras needs to be faster than this Dragonite. The need is strong. Okay, well, he used Barrier instead of trying to kill me, which is good news. Yes! Oh, baby! Come on! Come on. I hate to admit it, but you are a Pokemon Master. Of course I am. Yes, yes. You're now the Pokemon League Champion, or you would have been, but you have one more challenge ahead. To face another trainer, Gary. Yes, alright. First things first, we need to, because we didn't lose anybody. Lapras was the only one that got injured. This is why we keep you around. Okay. If we do this here, this would actually be nice. We got the Raichu out, which is highly important. That actually maneuvers me to be in front of Gary. Which is fine. Like, I'll take it. Yes, yes. You say you have the ultimate team, but I don't think you do. I don't think you do. So Raichu's actually going to be incredibly useful. for this fight. Because as you see, he has a giant bird. Now, we do have Lapras, but I prefer the electric Pokemon. Okay, thank goodness Mirror Move going first, instead of trying to attack me. So close. Alright, let's go with the Thunderbolt. Yep, full restore. There's a good chance he'll use a couple of those, if we're being honest. Thunderbolt should roughly do the same. Yeah. We'll just do another one. See how this goes. Aha! That's what I thought! That's what I thought! Alright, see what he's gonna bring out next. Alakazam, we are gonna switch. The problem is, I'm not sure who I should switch to. It's so sketchy. I'm gonna go with Kadabra. There's a reason why I'm gonna go with Kadabra here. Because Psychics don't really work well against each other, as one would expect. So I'm gonna use Seismic Toss. See what we can do there. Like, I'll deal some damage. As you can see, I took that very well. And it doesn't matter too much if my special falls. It will mean he gets to do more damage, but it's not terrible. Okay, so I can't deal as much damage as he can recover. Oh, so the other thing we have to discuss about is animations are being played for the attack moves, as you probably have been noticing. That is forced during the Gary match specifically. Not quite sure why, it just is. We learned to roll with the punches on this one. Alright, if I can get another Seismic Toss in, on the side beam, it actually should probably knock me out, if we're honest. Yep. Alright. This gets tricky. It's one of my faster Pokemon there. We'll just go to Raichu. Raichu's super quick. And then a Thunderbolt should actually be quite useful. You could also just recover and ruin my day like this. Just do that, I suppose. Okay, I'm gonna do a Thunder Wave. Hopefully paralyze him so that he has a chance to not do anything. But, you know, just how it is sometimes. Alright. I'm gonna try a Thunder. Yes! Boom, 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 boom. Okay, that's good. That was also a crit. That is super good news. Go back to Thunderbolt. Yes, a Psychic. We are familiar with this attack. And like I said, oh no. Okay, whew! Whew! Like I said, one of the problems with Gen 1 is that you can't just force your opponent to run out of moves, essentially. They have infinite amounts. Due just to the way how the game is structured and programmed and all that. So you have to win with actual tactics in Gen 1. Like, in essence, a computer can just sit there and recover indefinitely if you can't deal more damage than they can recover. So it's a bit of a gamble sometimes. But it's one of the reasons I keep Thunder Wave around, is to specifically fight that. It's nice he did Rhydon and Arcanine, since they're both weak to water. Just saves me a little bit of time. Good. Crit. This is apparently a very strong crit. To be fair, we're like, what, 15 levels lower than the Arcanine, so I guess it could deal a bunch of damage if it wants to. Good, another crit. I wasn't hoping that we wouldn't be able to get through that. Alright. There we go, Lapras level 45. Brilliant work indeed. Sending out the Executor, which I will switch for the Charizard. It's just, wouldn't have thought this was going to be a thing today. Do a little Fire Blast. Actually bring out the Charizard for the Gary battle. It's gonna happen. Alright. Barrage, yes. We got a little bit of time to kill. Alright, back to Fire Blast again. As long as it doesn't miss. That's all it has to do, is just keep on going. Oh, thank goodness for a critical. Yes! And he went up a level. Why are you so cool, Charizard? Okay, the Blastoise is unfortunately scary for a couple reasons. One, because Raichu's actually pretty injured. So there's a good chance we're not going to get the Raichu out. Okay, That's important. Getting a Thunder Wave is highly important to my plans here. So, we'll take the death there. This is also one of the reasons we keep the Snorlax around. We're gonna go basically just full crazy. See if he's got any other attacks or any potions left in his arsenal. But just see if we can't get him down this way. Oh, thank goodness it missed. It's like a 70% chance to hit, I think. Feels like it's actually like 90% for them, but we're okay with losing the Fearow. We're just trying to build up some damage before we start doing heals and whatnot. I'm gonna go for the dig. I am faster than a Blastoise, as it turns out. Alright, of all the moves he did, it was Withdraw. Not quite what I was expecting, but it is what it is. I do forget that sometimes Paralysis slows down a Pokemon, but it is what it is. Alright, Lapras, go for the Body Slam. Good old Bite. Alright, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go with a normal Revive on the Raichu. This is highly important. Oh baby, that's exactly what I'm hoping for. So we're gonna fully heal the Raichu up. Yes! Okay. I'm actually gonna go ahead, fully heal Lapras, since it's given me this option to do so. Again, this is why I kept Thunder Wave. This is actually the specific moment. These little chances that every time Blastoise is paralyzed gives me just a bit more of an edge. It gives me time to regroup, rethink. Good thing that was a crit. Alright, come on, you could have... Yes, Body Slam. So close. There you go. Paralysis for the clutch. There you go, buddy. Can't be, you beat my best. Whew. Yes. And our adventure comes to an end. Didn't think I was actually going to win with Lapras specifically. That's why I revived to the Raichu, because it made sense. Just going with like a Thunderbolt. But apparently, all you need is a Thunder Wave, and then a little bit of luck. That's just how you do. Woo Nelly. You've forgotten to treat your Pokemon with trust and love. I didn't do any of those things. It was calculated here. But as you can see, I didn't have... None of my Pokemon reached level 50. Kind of insane. Whereas Gary was all about being in the 60s. Yes. The Hall of Fame. Yes, I'm the best. Good old Raichu. Level 47. Good times. Wow. Because that was basically second attempt against them. And you know what? It worked out really well. Good thing we did do a little bit of training. Needed some of it, apparently. Just bada bing, bada boom. There we go, best friend Charizard. Level 44. Just gonna see what the end time, too, is all that. Of course, Snorlax. His most useful feature was the Earthquake. Let's be real here. Kadabra. Not even an Alakazam, because I have to trade for that. Slight detail. And there's me, not a Pokemon. 1732. Saw 125 Pokemon. Not bad out of the 151. Still need more Pokemon. Ended up with $30,000. All from basically facing the Elite Four. But 17 hours, 32 minutes is actually pretty good time. That is actually not terrible. I'm used to where it's like with animations, you'd be looking at like somewhere between 22 to 24 hours typically for me. So that is pretty good stuff. Holy crap. So we went from Pallet Town all the way to the Elite Four, beat him in just shy of 18 hours. This has been quite a journey. We'll do the next episode with my little my little, what is it? It's a QuickChange Questions. So we'll talk. I'll just do a little bit more down to earth and explain probably a little bit more in detail about why I like red version and all that. But yeah, this game, this is what started pretty much my whole entire RPG, you know, just love and details for that whole genre was specifically red version. But I can definitely go into detail more about that next time. I'm going to get through all the credits, because I don't think a lot of people actually see these credits as far as, like, in playthroughs and whatnot. But it does look... It's nice to see, like, the silhouettes of the Pokemon that fly by. But yeah, no, I am super, super stoked. Actually, I'm used to doing, like, that Elite Four run of, like, 3 or 4 times just to train up and whatnot, but this did really well. This did super good. But that will be it. I'll see you next time with our little quick change questions. So get excited for a little casual talk about some more Pokemon. Until then, I hope you guys are enjoying your day, and I'll see you next time. Take care, everyone.